Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
I'm Shannon Ogden with the latest from Denver 7. And right now we're keeping a close eye on this Colorado avalanche map. That flashing black, that's the most dangerous classification across the Front Range, Vail, and Summit County, even as you see it at Gunnison and Aspen. Extreme conditions, so bad right now you are being asked to just avoid going into the backcountry. And these photos show the aftermath of an avalanche just a mile south of Copper Mountain off the road to Leadville. And we know everybody's safe. That's good news. Though several buried cars, 3 or 4 of them, including that one you see there, at least you see part of it. And we got this new cell phone video into the newsroom about 5 o'clock tonight. You see the moment that slide comes down the mountain. And this is one of at least 3 natural slides today. Mike Nelson has the latest on this winter weather. Mike?
The snows are diminishing, but not for long in the high country. One storm moving out of the way, but another one is on the way. So by early morning, as this next system moves in from Utah, the snow will be developing again. Eastern Colorado, see some low clouds and fog. Again, I think mostly clear Denver and down across the southeastern plains. So zoom in a little bit tomorrow morning. We'll have low clouds and fog up on I-76. Dry roads in the Denver area, wet or snow-covered roads in the mountains. And as that next system comes in by midday on Friday, more heavy snow, talking perhaps another foot of snow in the mountains. By late in the day, as this storm begins to come out of the high country, we'll begin to get some rain and snow showers here, and then this system will become a very strong storm as it moves up into the central plains Friday night and Saturday. As far as snowfall, you can see it on the map. A lot more to come. This is additional as to what we've already seen, so many areas will pick up at least a foot of new snow in the high country from this next surge of moisture coming in. 52 Friday with showers late in the day and a little bit of snow Friday evening, then clearing on Saturday and windy. A bit of a break Sunday, Monday, and then a new storm arrives next week with heavy snow possible not only in the mountains but perhaps down here in the metro by Wednesday.
All right, consider yourself warned. Thanks, Mike. Take a look at this. That's not a ski run. That's another natural slide that came down in the Frisco area today. One of several we have seen today, including that slide near Copper that ruptured a gas line, and that one caused a power outage at the tunnel. And for those of you who do plan to head to the high country this weekend, be ready for chain laws, traction laws, and make sure you're prepared for delays in case, in the very real likelihood, the roads are shut down again. Full tank of gas, a full reservoir of windshield wiper fluid, and throw some extra bottles of wiper fluid in the car too. Also bring a flashlight, blankets, and even consider bringing jumper cables. Now, all day long, we have alerted you to every time a major stretch of highway was closed. So if you want to get these text alerts during the next big storm, and I really suggest you do, they're very helpful, download the free Denver 7 app and subscribe to our push notifications. Well, we have an alert tonight from Denver police. They're asking for your help tracking down a man accused of sexually assaulting other men in Lodo. This has been going on for nearly 6 years, and police say there could be more victims. Police say since 2013 now, they have been getting reports of a man posing as a rideshare driver about the time that the bars start to close. Men get in his car. The driver then reportedly sexually assaults those men. Police say this suspect is not targeting men based on sexual preference. The suspect described only as a Hispanic male, salt and pepper hair. He was driving a tan minivan. If that rings a bell, please give police a call. And in Boulder, police are increasing patrols after a man tried to lure a 10-year-old boy into his car yesterday afternoon. This happened off 15th Street and Orchard Avenue. The boy was just walking home from school when the man asked if he needed a ride. Then he asked the boy to get in his car. Fortunately, that child ran home. The suspect, all we have here, middle-aged, white, scruffy facial hair, and he was wearing a green hat at the time and driving a red van. I wish we had more than that. Well, the push to abolish Colorado's death penalty, one of the most controversial issues being debated at the state capitol right now. Now, the Democratic-backed measure passed its first hurdle yesterday, and we already took a 360 look at the impassioned debate around capital punishment. And since then, so many of you have reached out with even more viewpoints. So tonight, Denver 7's Jennifer Kovaleski introduces us to a Colorado man who served as the foreman on the last Colorado jury to sentence a man to death.
They have no idea how big this case was.
It was almost 10 years ago.
June 9th.
When Carl Dubler, a software engineer by day,
It's a little jarring.
turned jury foreman,
You know in the back of your mind what you're really deciding to do.
read this headline for the first time.
Death for Ray. killer to pay with his life for plotting the execution of a witness.
The day after he made the decision to sentence Robert Ray to death, one of 3 inmates still sitting on Colorado's death row.
Here a person came before me and said, I would like mercy, and we said no.
Dubler says it's a burden he and the 11 other jurors live with every day. Why did you decide that the punishment should be a death sentence?
For me, what was especially different about this particular murder, I mean, there's no murder that's ordinary, right? I mean, they're all terrible. But for me, what made the difference in this case is that it was really a direct attack against the justice system itself.
Javad Marshall Fields was murdered in 2005, along with his fiancée, Vivian Wolf. Both were about to start life together in Virginia. Before they could start that life, Marshall Fields was set to testify about the night his friend was murdered.
And what they meant to their community and the potential that we lost with their murders, it was worth it to fight for justice for them.
Dubler says his experience on that jury is why he's against efforts to abolish the death penalty in Colorado.
And I can assure you that the diligence and the compassion that we had in that jury room was the furthest thing from barbaric, the furthest thing from racist.
On the other hand, Senator Angela Williams.
I don't think it should be eye for an eye.
The bill's sponsor. She says capital punishment is unjust, costly, and hasn't been used in our state in more than 2 decades.
We know that this state spends $3.5 million on a death penalty case.
For Dubler, he says he understands the concerns, but wants to see a larger debate at the ballot box before lawmakers move forward inside the dome.
Ordinary citizens make the decisions about the death penalty in the jury room. Why not give those same citizens the right to vote on this? I fear that the Democrats in the legislature, they don't want that conversation, because then it would be a fair fight.
Jennifer Kowaleski, Denver 7.
This has been your Denver 7 on-demand update. Thanks for joining us. Check back later. We'll have another one for you. And download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Shannon Ogden.